today I wanted to bring you 5 summer makeup tips, things that you might already be doing but you should probably try to switch up if you're not doing them, just to prepare for the summer months. During the summer, the sun is hot, we sweat, there's new makeup trends all the time, and I wanted to give you my 5 biggest tips for not only staying safe, but looking amazing. First and foremost, ditch your foundation and get either a beauty balm or a tinted moisturizer. We have a couple different videos on beauty balms, tinted moisturizers versus foundation, which I'll link to you here, and even tinted moisturizers 101, which I'll link to you here. But the main difference is that these are a bit more sheer than a foundation and are much more beneficial for your skin. Beauty balms especially contain a bunch of different ingredients to help tighten wrinkles, firm skin, improve radiance, and tinted moisturizers are aimed to give your skin the moisture it needs during the summer while still covering. These generally are not as full coverage as foundation, but you can always add a little bit of concealer underneath and go with an amazing look. Not to mention, they're great for if you're sweating, if it's hot outside for the summer heat, and they're less likely to drip off your face. The next tip I have is ditch the powder. Get a setting spray. Powders can make us look really cake-alicious and can kind of get caught in our lines and stuff like that. Especially if it's summer and we're sweating, it'll either sweat off our face or it'll be really obvious that it's an oily, goopy, sticky mess. If you can ditch the powder and opt for a setting spray, you can fix all of that. Even if you're oily, they have setting sprays for those who have oily skin. This is one that's formulated for oily skin, but they have ones for dry skin and normal skin as well. A setting spray is used to set your makeup, but with a setting spray, you have the option of completely ditching powder and using this to set your foundation, tinted moisturizer, or beauty balm. It'll still give an amazing glow to your skin, and if you get one for oil control, it'll keep you mattified without having all this cake-alicious junk stuck onto our face. Another tip is to ditch the gloss. Lip gloss is super cute, super amazing, but the problem is that if you read the ingredients, almost all of them have something called petroleum, which is basically mineral oil. What that does is when it sits on our lips, it magnifies the intensity of the sun's rays. So it's basically like a skin cancer recipe for our lips. Because the sun's already hitting our lips, we generally don't have SPF on them, and now if we're intensifying that and like putting a magnet on there with this lip gloss, not a good idea. What I would recommend is a chapstick or balm such as this. This is one from the drugstore from Burt's Bees, but even high-end stores like Sephora or Ulta will have sugar ones. They are these amazing and moisturizing tubes that contain lip color, so we can still have that beautiful moist pout without having the harmful rays of the sun penetrate our lips as much. In addition, a lot of them have SPF, which will really help us to protect ourselves from the sun. The last 2 tips are for eyes, and the first one is to bust out the colored liner. Color this season is huge, and if you're afraid of kind of rocking it or using it, I'd say go for a liner. You can just line the very lower lashes or even the very upper lash line just to make sure you have a little pop to kind of give up some spice to your normal neutrals. There are so many different varieties from yellows to pinks to bright blues that you can all use, but if you're still afraid, try something that's a dark purple, a dark blue, or a dark green, so it works like your black liner, only it still has a little bit of color. The very last tip that I have is to highlight your eyes. We all know to apply highlight here to kind of like our brow bone area to make it stand out, but I say highlight the very inner corner of your eyes, especially for summer. For summer, we want to look bright, awake, alive, and exciting. Using a color similar to this that's just very light and iridescent, and placing it right here on the very inner tear duct of our eyes will really open up that area and give our entire face a new pop of brightness. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these tips. If you have other tips that you wanted to share for people during the summer months, be sure to post them in the comments, or even better yet, post a video response. Tell me if you agree or disagree with any of these, or if you have anything to add, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Love you guys. Bye.